What's going on, everybody? It's your boy, Mr. Dan Banks, aka DJ Fine, CEO of JTU. We are Jersey Magazine and Jersey Names. I'm here with my girl, ILLL.NATA.
Hey.
In the building, from Jersey,
Yes.
in the building. She traveled all the way up here to spend some time with us to get, to let us know what she got going on.
Man.
She got a lot going on. She ill. She ill out here, so she got a lot going on, man. Make sure you go check out her track, Art Thou. It's already over 40K views on YouTube, so make sure you go bless her and go check that out. It's a big message, pro-black woman. I'm telling you, we love it. It's amazing. We've been playing it all day, so you already know she got the views from us. You know what I'm saying? So make sure you go check out Miss ILLL.NATA. So, Miss ILLL.NATA, thank you for coming and joining us on We Are Jersey Magazine platform.
I'm happy to be here.
We love it. We love it. So, as you know,
Yes.
this is going to be dropping in Women's History Month,
Yes.
right? And everything. So obviously we are emphasizing women in this issue. We always do anyway, but
Yes.
specifically for this message. Now, I want to talk about you, right?
Yes.
So you are a lyricist, you're a songwriter, you just do so much. You're a fashion gal.
Got it right from the bio.
Right, we do our research. But yeah, it's fashion gal, do everything. So let me talk about your style as far as music. Right?
Yes.
So you got these bars.
Yeah.
Right? You used to be speaking that. So I want to know a little bit of your background history of music. When did you first fall in love with music?
Wow. From the earliest of, let's say, 8, 7 years old. That could probably be the earliest I could recall. But especially specifically with hip hop. This is, I don't know if this sounds like a movie story, but I literally one day was watching TV.
Right.
And we was a little pole back in the day. We had the little satellite.
Right.
So me and my cousin were just going through the TV, and it was like an old like replay of like MTV raps, and we seen Common, I Used to Love Her, which is my favorite song to this day. I used to love her, and I was like, yo, this is dope. Like I was researching, like, mind you, this was still the early 2000s, so I was researching up like Slick Rick, Naughty by Nature, Black Moon, all these people, and I went back, and I was so in love with the culture. I was so in love with hip hop. I was so in love with the lyricism, with the illustration, and that was my earliest, I believe, recall time where I was like, I love this right here. Yeah.
So now, when did you start getting into the lyricism, like the writing and everything, and then to the point where you started laying like your first bar? Like, kind of take me back a little bit.
Wow, it's not even that far back. I've always loved hip hop, but I never thought I could do it. Okay. I always say I was a student first and I was a lover first. Okay. I was never a lyricist, but I did a lot of poetry, and I grew to love hip hop years and years and years until I went to college, which was not that far away. I went to college, and my last year I was like, okay, let me just play around in my dorm with my friends. Right. We made this little rap. I put it on Instagram, and people was like, oh, you need to do it. You need to be serious. You need to do it for real. And I was like, oh, me. Me. But then I was like, okay. Started writing. This was around 2017. Still wasn't taking myself seriously. Yeah. But then 2018, I was like, all right, I really want to do this. I already love hip hop. Yeah. I've always wanted to do it. I was just too shy. And that's when I started developing the bar skills and the bar levels. And I already knew what good hip hop sounded like. So that was a great foundation for me to start.
So it was easy to get into the studio and get to the production and kind of already know what kind of
It wasn't easy to get into the studio. I was still kind of like, I felt I already had the ear. So it was really good.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I'm telling you, very inspiring for women. That is awesome. So now, when it comes to, let's say when you put out your first track, right, your first single, what was your reaction when you first put it out? Like, was it something that you were like, all right, I hope people like this, or you knew something? Like, did you have a bunch of people around you like, oh, we love this, so other people would love it? Like, what was your first kind of? Because some people's first track, they're like, it was alright, but now it's fine. Kind of, what was your first track like putting that out?
I did something very spontaneous and probably very stupid, but it worked. I put out 4 songs the first time I put out music.
Oh, you just went for it. Okay.
Yeah, I just went for it. And it wasn't like a whole bunch of people around me telling me like, oh, this is fire, this is whatever. Probably like a good 4 people. Right. And I was like, I want to put out a project, a 4 song EP. And I was so scared, especially because I'm very like grand. Everything I have to do is like extra and big, and I be stressing myself. But I was still very nervous, but I knew that, you know, I'm a person who's very specific and very about quality.
Right.
So I try to put that in my music.
That's
and
awesome.
From what I've heard, it got good reception before I even put out. So look,
it did. Oh, it did. We peeped from the door. Oh, we knew.
Thank you so much. I did my little prayer, put it on SoundCloud.
Love it.
And then boom, it did what it did.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So now, when did you get into your knowing what your artist is? Because you know you carry that with you for life. You know, for the most part, a lot of people don't usually change it these days.
Yes.
So how'd you know you're gonna do the ILL.NATA? Well, you already knew you have bars, so now you just have to put the L to it, right?
No. Yeah, seriously. Just also a play off of ILLNATA.
Right.
So that was really it. But yeah, I was just like, kind of ill over here.
She said she got bars.
But that's pretty much it. It's just, you know, play off words and, you know, truth be told.
Gotcha. Understand. Fashion gal. Right. Now, being a female artist now in this up and coming industry, and now with women being emphasized in this industry, what are some of the things that you've seen or learned or experienced while being in this world of music now?
I experienced that it's nothing is a piece of cake.
Right.
Even the things that you love to do. As a woman in the industry, thank God, right now we're at a time where women are thriving so much.
Right.
So this was like a perfect time to pop out. But of course, being a woman, nothing is easy. Anything you do in life, nothing is easy. So I experienced some like, oh, did you write that?
Yeah,
like I've experienced those.
Okay.
I've experienced, you know, I guess belittlement, or in a sense of like, oh well, you know. But I'm thriving. I'm sticking through, and as a woman, that's what we do. And as of now, you know, the industry, of course, has its ups and downs. But I feel like as long as you're grounded in what you're doing, then you definitely can maneuver. And thank God we're in an era where you don't have to do things one way to be successful.
Right.
There's so many different types of artists, so many different types of revenues. You don't even need to be signed. So it's a good time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And then now when people are reaching out to you and connecting with you, like what's that feeling like now that people are like, hey, I need ILL.NATA on my track. I need to collaborate with this. And especially because you're so pro-black, which we love it. Your lyricism now is just emphasizing everything you just said. The women thriving, and then being a black woman in this industry, and then with everything that's going on in the world, you're just emphasizing just black everything. You know what I'm saying? And we love to see that. We love the message behind it. So for you now, what is it feeling like when other people are reaching out saying, we want that message on our track, we want that message backed on our album? Like, what is that feeling for you?
It's amazing because even when I came into the game, I already knew that I was going to be very different. I have very different ways of saying the message. But it's amazing that there's people out there. There's people out there for your specific lane.
Right.
You know, especially in this time of age. So it's still amazing. It's still shocking. The amount of love I get, I'm just like, girl, really? Like it's just so amazing. It's amazing to know there's people that connect to you, whether you're doing this or doing that. So, and you should. I just feel as though strongly you should never ever switch yourself up because you have an audience. You have people who love your content. So it's really good.
That's a gem right there. You do have people that love your audience content. I love that. Now let's talk about when it comes to actually writing your music, right? What is some of the process that you go through? Like for up and coming women in the industry that may have those writer block moments, and they want to like emphasize what they're feeling on the inside, because everything that you say in your lyricism, there's feeling behind it. Because we feel it. You know what I'm saying? So now, like, tell me about your writing process. Like, what are some of the things that you go through to kind of prep yourself? Is there some like self-care meditation that you go through? Is there some way that you have to separate yourself from some things, especially when it comes to these sensitive topics about being black and then being a woman in the industry? Like, what are some of the process that you go through?
I do. I always say this all the time. I pray. I read because I feel as though, you know, words are powerful. Words jump up and they kind of, you know, give you a whole different illustration. So I'm big on reading. I definitely have to separate myself most of the time. Most of the time I don't like to write around a lot of people when it comes to serious topics. Correct. If I want to do swag, I'll do it with people. But
get that vibe, right? The vibe got to be right.
Okay, but definitely being centered and not thinking too hard, because I used to be like that. Definitely not thinking too hard. kind of just, if you do have like a topic or certain words you want to implement in there, you can write them down, but let it flow. Mumble, you know what I'm saying? Do things like, for example, a lot of people have their biggest ideas when they're in the shower, when they're driving, because their mind is, you know, focused on one and then another. So, you know, a lot of, like you said, self-care and just being kind of monotone is really good. And, you know, just, you know, tell yourself that you that girl, you that boy, and you can do anything that you put your mind to. It kind of just, get yourself, you know,
centered. I like that. Now, when you created, remember, Art Thou on all streaming platforms. When you created Art Thou, obviously we could tell you believe in God, and you were just giving Him the Most High on that track, and then also emphasizing being a Black woman. So now, just tell me about the creativity behind that track, and then we're gonna get into the music video, because that music video was amazing.
Thank you so much. Funny enough, Art Thou wasn't even supposed to be a thing. No video, no nothing. I'm just gonna throw it up on SoundCloud.
Kind of dropped it a little bit after Juneteenth. A couple days right after.
But while I was actually in my car. I was coming out of work, and first, you know, the melody was coming up.
Oh man, no man.
All of that. I thought of all of that, and then you know, I was thinking about resilience. I was thinking about perseverance. All things that we do every day. We wake up every day, sometimes not happy. We have things that we go through every day. So at that moment in my life, it was like, like I'm releasing. I don't feel good, but I'm moving forward. There's things fighting me, but I'm moving forward. So while I was making Art Thou, that's when everything started happening.
Right.
With you know, the police brutality, COVID, all this stuff started happening. So I was like, it was just
a perfect season and time.
Perfect season. Just telling my story as a woman, telling my story as a believer, telling my story as a person, and just kind of finding that neutral ground and kind of getting that little oomph to keep forward. So that's how Art Thou was created.
I love it.
So
humble. She's so humble. It's dope. Now, as far as the treatment for the concept, like the treatment for the video concept, where did you shoot that?
I shot that in Elizabeth with my boy Byron. Shout out to Byron. He has his studio up in Elizabeth. We had something just like this. I came there with my oldest cathedral clothing.
Right.
my thrift store clothing, and we just set it up. Everything was like, he's a genius. He edited and whatever. I don't know the terminology, but he did everything.
He did his thing,
But we definitely, that's why it's good to have good minds together. We definitely both sat down and thought how we could, you know, Art Thou, you already think like cathedral, and I thought like paintings and old, like all that stuff. So we developed the treatment. We used a lot of those paintings in that video is also with a lot of women representation, like Frida Kahlo. I love her because she's also a woman who she painted everything she went through.
Correct.
So that's what I was trying to
Self-expression
with the song.
I love it.
That's how the treatment was. That's how the whole that video.
Right. Now, what about that quote in the beginning, like the donations to the BLM movement and everything? What made you put because once you read that, it already grasps the interest in somebody wanting to just watch the whole rest of it. Because we already know what the proceeds are going to. So tell me about you making that type of a decision to put that in the first part of your video.
Oh, definitely. What I wanted to do was not, because at the time, a lot of people were saying, you're using the deaths for whatever. For profit. And at the time, I actually didn't tell anybody until they went to actually go watch the video that I was doing that. I didn't put it on my caption. I didn't do nothing. If you chose to watch the video, you saw it. So I just wanted to make that a point so it wouldn't be like I am driving you to go watch it. But I just wanted to put that in the beginning just to show that seriously, all this money is going to the cause. All this money is going to those Black organizations that we had handpicked. There was one organization that had to do with mental health, and that's very important as well. There's one about women who are in jail, incarcerated. I just wanted to make it a point to where not only for the theme, but also like, hey, this is an important time for us.
Absolutely, yeah.
And we just want to make it clear that we're here for the community. So
absolutely. So make sure you go check out Art Thou so you can see what we're talking about.
Yes.
If you haven't already, you probably did, but go watch it again.
Watch it twice.
Watch it 2 times. Now, what else are we looking for in 2021? Because we already gave them a lot of heat, so we just want to give them just a little bit more. What are we looking forward to? What projects you got out?
I got a project.
Okay.
2021. I don't know when this is going to air, so I ain't going to say the project name yet. But it's a big project, 12 songs. You know me, message.
A lot of ill.
Yeah, a lot of ill. And a lot of nada, actually. A lot
really?
Of nada.
And who is this nada that we're seeing? I feel like I'm asking some trying to get to the project. Right.
Because ill, you're gonna see ill and you're gonna see nada. It's like the prodigal daughter story. It's like, being in your high, but also knowing that being humble, because as much you can have is as much you can be taken away from you.
Absolutely.
So that's the message. I don't want to give too much, but you'll definitely hear the message throughout. You'll see ill and you'll see nada.
And when's that project drop?
We gonna.
You heard it here first. ILLL.NATA.
I will say end of March.
Okay.
So very soon.
Okay, so y'all heard that. Stay tuned. Make sure you go check her out.
Yes.
ILLL.NATA, please tell me they can book you, follow you, everything. Go ahead, bang it out.
Yes, so you can book me on my email. It is NATATHE illis@gmail.com. You can find me look at me not speaking right. You can find me on right. You can find me on every platform at ILLL.NATA. Every platform: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and DM me. I'm nice. You can talk to me.
Definitely. Like I said, we are Jersey Magazine. ILLL.NATA in the building, man. Signing off. Thank you so much.
No problem.
Pleasure.
We are Jersey. 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 We are Jersey.